All right, Emmerdale fans, get ready. Next week's shaping up to be a real emotional ride. There's heartbreak, secrets, a missing loved one, and a few sparks that no one saw coming. It's one of those weeks where the whole village feels tense, and every scene seems to carry a bit of unfinished business. Let's be honest, this year's been heavy for the Dingles, hasn't it? And next week, it's no different. We've got Charity trying to hold it together, Aaron and Robert facing the kind of crossroads that could end their story for good, and poor Paddy fearing the worst for Bear. And just when things get too intense, Kerry and Jai bring a bit of surprise romance that could stir up gossip all over the cafe. So grab a cuppa, settle in, and let's talk about what's coming up between Monday 3rd and Friday 7th November in Emmerdale, starting with one of the most heartfelt stories we've seen in a long time.
April Windsor's turmoil comes to light. We get a special episode next week that puts April Windsor right in the spotlight. And honestly, it's been a long time coming. She's such a strong kid, grown up through so much. But this week, we finally see that strength starting to crack. April's been keeping things bottled up for weeks now, and the pressure is really starting to show. Her boyfriend Dylan's idea of escaping the village sounds dramatic, but in her eyes, it's probably the only way out. Viewers will remember how protective Marlon's been since Donna's passing, so imagine his reaction if he finds out April's been hiding something this big. There's this heartbreaking tension in every scene. April torn between wanting to protect Dylan and knowing deep down she can't keep lying to her dad. The whole let's just run away talk might sound teenage and impulsive, but the fear in her eyes says it all. And when that video message comes through from Ray Walters, the tone shifts instantly. That man's been trouble since day one, and it's chilling to think what might happen if he catches up with him. Marlon's been through enough heartbreak to last a lifetime, and fans are already bracing for what happens when the truth hits him. This episode's meant to be emotional, quiet, reflective, the kind that sticks with you. It's not just about teenage drama, it's about a father and daughter trying to rebuild trust after life's thrown them too many curveballs.
Now, let's talk about Charity Dingle, because honestly, she's heading straight into a storm next week. She's putting on her usual brave face, but underneath, she's terrified. The pregnancy that was supposed to bring hope is now filled with fear and confusion. What's breaking her apart is the thought that the baby might not be from Sarah's implanted embryo. That's a heavy secret to carry, especially when the whole family's buzzing with excitement. You can feel her guilt growing every time Sarah and Jacob start chatting about what the baby might look like. It's heartbreaking. You can see Charity trying to smile through it, but her eyes tell another story. When she lashes out, it's not out of malice, it's panic. She's trapped in her own head. And the next day, when she tells Chaz about her fears, it's a rare, vulnerable moment, the kind that reminds us why Charity's such a complex character. But then she makes that classic Charity mistake, lying to protect herself. She tells Sarah the scan's been cancelled, sneaks off with Chaz, and thinks she can keep this all hidden. But Emmerdale never lets secrets stay buried for long, does it? Because just as she starts to relax at the hospital, Jacob spots her. That moment, her heart must drop. Everything she's been trying to control could blow up in her face. Fans might remember how her lies destroyed her relationship with Vanessa years ago. Could this be heading down that same road again? One wrong move and her entire world could come crashing down. The only question now is, will Charity come clean before it's too late, or will this be another secret that haunts her for years to come? By the way, if you're still watching and enjoying the spoilers, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the bell. It really helps the channel and you won't miss any new Emmerdale updates when they drop. 3. Aaron Dingle gives Robert Sugden an ultimatum. Now, for the one storyline that's going to have everyone talking. Aaron, Robert and Kev. This love triangle's getting messy fast. Robert's stuck in a position no one envies, torn between his husband Aaron and his ex Kev, who's suddenly decided he wants peace and closure. But Aaron's no fool. He knows there's something off about Kev's sudden let's all get along attitude. That tension between them has never really gone away. When Aaron tells Robert to sort it out or lose him, he means it. We've seen Aaron forgive a lot over the years. Betrayal, lies, the lot. But he's reached his limit.
So when Kev drops that bombshell and suggests a vow renewal, it's no surprise Aaron looks ready to walk. What really hits hard is seeing Robert's confusion. He still loves Aaron, that much is clear, but he's so desperate to prove he's changed that he can't see how much this vow renewal idea is breaking Aaron's heart. Vic, bless her, tries to step in. She's always been that voice of reason when her brother's emotions get the better of him. And it's Vic who gently pushes Aaron to tell Robert the truth, that if he goes ahead with this vow renewal, it's over. Full stop. It's a tough, emotional arc for both of them. The Robron story has been through everything. Cheating, prison, death scares, and now they're facing something just as painful. A future where love might not be enough. Fans are already split. Should Aaron walk away for good or fight one last time for the man he's always loved?
Switching gears now, we come to Paddy, and this one's quietly devastating. For weeks, he's been telling everyone Bear's fine, just off visiting Ireland for a bit. But when that package turns up from Ireland, everything changes. Straight away, Paddy can tell something's off. He tries to stay calm, makes a few calls, checks with people Bear might have stayed with, but no one's heard a word. You can feel the worry creeping in scene by scene. Paddy's faced plenty of emotional struggles in the past few years, and this feels like another test of his strength. When he realises Bear didn't even call Eve for her birthday, that's when it hits him, something's really wrong. That's the kind of small detail that makes it real for viewers, because that's not just miscontact, that's character. Bear might be rough around the edges, but he loves that little girl to bits. So Paddy does what any son would, starts panicking, starts imagining the worst. Dominic Brunt's always brilliant in these emotional storylines, and you just know we're in for some powerful scenes. The idea of Paddy sitting at that kitchen table, phone in hand, wondering whether to call the police, it's gut-wrenching. He's been trying to rebuild his life bit by bit, but this might push him right back to that dark place he's fought so hard to leave behind. Let's just hope this isn't another tragedy for him to face alone.
Finally, something lighter, but still bound to cause chaos. Kerry Wyatt and Jai Sharma. Yes, you heard that right. No one could have predicted this one. Kerry's always had a soft spot for blokes who seem a bit too serious for their own good, and Jai's the poster boy for that. When she spots him drowning in work and barely spending time with Archie, she decides to step in. At first it's innocent. She encourages him to bunk off work for the day and actually be a dad for once. But as the day goes on, there's this subtle shift. Kerry starts to see a softer side to Jai, the one that doesn't get buried under stress and guilt. And when she finds herself defending him in the cafe, it's clear something's bubbling beneath the surface. Then comes the confession. Jai actually admits he finds her attractive. That's when everything changes. Kerry being Kerry, she doesn't waste time, she goes for it. But of course, this is Emmerdale, so timing's never on anyone's side. Dylan nearly catches them mid-moment, leaving them both mortified. It's messy, it's unexpected, but it's fun. And you just know Nicola's going to sniff it out the minute she sees Kerry blushing in the cafe. If that gossip spreads, the whole village will be talking, especially given Kerry's history with Al and Jai's messy family past. Could this just be a fling? Or are we seeing the start of something that'll actually last? So, that's next week in Emmerdale. A mix of heartbreak, secrets, fear, and maybe a little unexpected romance to lift it all. What stands out this week is how personal every story feels. April and Marlon's story is all about trust, the kind of father-daughter bond that's been tested but never truly broken. Charity's facing that lifelong battle between truth and self-protection, and this time it could cost her everything. Aaron and Robert's love story feels like it's standing on its last leg, and Paddy's emotional turmoil reminds us how fragile life can feel when someone goes missing. And then, of course, there's Kerry, causing chaos as only she can and bringing some light relief when we need it most. Emmerdale's always been good at showing that life doesn't move in neat storylines. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of moments where the smallest choice changes everything. Next week looks like one of those chapters where everyone's forced to face what they've been avoiding. Bottom line, it's going to be an emotional week, and fans might want to keep the tissues close because between April's confession and Charity's lies catching up to her, we're in for some powerful scenes. And that's your full look ahead for Monday 3rd to Friday 7th November. If you've made it this far, you're clearly as hooked on Emmerdale as the rest of us. So go on, hit like, drop a comment telling me which storyline you're most looking forward to, and subscribe so you don't miss next week's spoilers the second they're out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, enjoy the episodes, and I'll see you right back here next week for more from the Dales.